Good morning, all. Let's continue with the class. We were on employability skills and we were discussing on self management skills. And now, today, we'll talk about goal setting. Uh, just listen to this. A man was traveling and stopping at an intersection. He asked an elderly man, "Where does this road take me?" The elderly man asked, "Where do you want to go?" The man replied, "I don't know." The elderly man said, "Then take any road. What difference does it make?" How true is that? So, when we do not know where to go, then any road will take us there. So, in life, we need to be very clear with the vision that what we will do and what we want to go, where we want to go. So, goal setting is very essential factor, very important factor for a personal life as well as professional life, right? So it's very important because you should know that what you are supposed to do in life, what you have decided to become in life, right? And if you are clear with the goal that you want to achieve, then you can just think on what path you have to follow, right? So goal setting is very important. So the steps are given here how we can do this particular thing. First of all, we need to set a goal, then you need a plan, then you need to take action on the plan, then stick to the action that you're doing, and then finally you will achieve the goal, right? For example, if one of us, if you want to become um, a doctor, let's say, so your goal is to become a doctor, then you have to plan it. Planning is in planning everything will be involved, like what all courses you will take up in 11th 12th, right? And what all courses you will do after your 12th, what all exams you have to appear, right? And then you have to plan it. How do you prepare for your current class curriculum as well as for that entrance exam which is required for achieving becoming a doctor, right? And everything is to be planned. How much the fee structure is there, right? And in which college you will take admissions. All this is part of a plan. So you set a goal first, then make a plan, then take action on the plan, whatever plan you have made, to start working on that plan step by step, and always stick to it. It should not happen that 6 months you have thoroughly doing or preparing yourself for becoming a doctor, and later on you change your plan, right? You should stick to it. Then automatically when you stick to one particular plan, then definitely 100% you will achieve that goal, right? Some examples are given, like Amit has just passed 10th this year. Amit wants to do a course in hospitality and work in hotel industry. So by doing this job, Amit want to support his family. This is all a planning is. Goal is clear with the thing, right? Goal is clear. And Raman is 43. He works as a newspaper agency and earns well. He want to learn French language in the next 3 months. So this is again one example of goal setting. So 3 months are there, right? Now, if you observe, there is a difference between two examples over here. The first one that Amit has just done, that his goal is a long-term goal, whereas Rahman's goal is a short-term goal, right? So he is thinking of a future, his future, right? So he has to support his family. And Amit has a short-term goal in which 3 months he want to devote, and he want to learn French language. So goal can be uh, anything. It can be short-term or long-term also, and it can be related to anything. Like you can, if you want to earn money or wealth, right? Health or family or education or career, etc. And goals, they keep on changing, right? So if you talk about short-term goals that keep on changing, like even if you are settled, then you want to learn new things. So for that you can set a goal, right? They are set of dreams with a deadline to achieve them, right? So you have a dream to do something and you have a deadline to do that, right? For example, creating a group of volunteers for community in next 3 months will take up a cleaning drive every 15 days in the locality. So 3 months is the deadline here, right? Goal setting is finding and listing all the things which are required for achieving a goal, and then planning for that, right? And goals help us to separate what is important, what is not important, and we focus on the result, right? And less importance is given to the work. We always focus on the result. What is the final goal that we have, right? Then how do we set it? There's a model called a SMART model. SMART model may S for specific, M for measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Right? Specific means something straightforward and clear. You should be clear कि क्या करना है, right? फजी सा ना हो कि भी चलो ऐसा नहीं तो ऐसा कर लेंगे, ऐसा नहीं तो वैसा कर लेंगे. This should not happen. It should be clear. And measurable means which can be achieved, right? You should not think that my goal is to become um, or to go into space, or which nobody else has done it. So that will be difficult, right? It should be measurable. You want to go to sun, so that is not measurable. You cannot go there, right? So this is not a goal. It should be measurable, which means it can be achieved easily, right? It can be achieved. It is achievable. It may not be easy, but it is achievable, right? Then next is A. Again, the same, achievable means something that can be completed. R for realistic means something that is real, right? And it is applicable in our lives, which is real, right? And time bound means the goal has to be completed within some fixed time. So time has to be set, right? So these are all things that you have to keep in mind while creating a goal, right? Now, how to make goals smart? Specific and clear goal answers six questions. So, what are the six questions? Who is involved? And what do I want? Where do I start? When do I start and finish? Which means do I use? And why am I doing this? So, these are the questions which are asked when you want to be specific, right? Like, I would like to learn English, or I like to speak English. This is my goal, right? So for that, what you need to do is you have to plan joining coaching classes after the school every day in the 6 months. I'll take part in inter-school competition, debate competition. So this is all planning is about, right? This is what a goal is specific. Measurable goal answers the question how much, how many, right? So examples, I want to reduce my weight by 5 kg. So we have fixed that it should be reduced by 5 kg. We know it, right? And develop stamina to run 10 kilometers in 45 minutes. So this is measurable, right? We have measured what all things to be done. And if you simply say I want to increase my stamina, there is no nothing defined here. How will you increase your stamina, right? So whatever goal you are making should be measurable. You should have defined how much time you're going to take and what is the last thing going to do that after achieving that goal. Achievable, breaking down. Any problem, Ansh? Somebody raised hand. I think Anshman has raised his hand. Any doubt, problem? ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा उसका, अंश का. So we'll continue. If you have doubt, you can comment it, right? You can write the thing in the chat box. So achievable means breaking down the goal into smaller parts. Like the bigger goal is I want to become a teacher in the school. So for that, what all we need to do is you have to go higher secondary education. You have to complete. Then you have to go for graduation course. Then you have to do B.Ed. Then apply for the job. So these are the breaking down of the goals into smaller parts. So this comes in achievable part, right? Realistic, uh, uh, goals that you want to achieve would be something that we want and can take towards to achieving the goals. For example, I spend 3 hours every day for the of a year after school to revise my subjects to get good marks in exams. So there, this is realistic because every day 3 hours, if you do the work, you do the hard work, you'll definitely get good marks in the finals, right? Or this is not the example of realistic goal. I will read my entire syllabus in one day and get good marks. I cannot do it in one day, right? So this is not realistic. It's not real, right? Then time foundation is there. Smart goals should have a time frame, right? Whatever goals you want to achieve, that should be achieved, and you should analyze how much time you want to take it, right? Like I want to lose 10 kg someday. Someday is not the fixed day, and I want to lose 10 kg in the next 6 months. This is what time bound goal is, right? So we have said that within 6 months I have to do this. So time foundation is again important part of goal setting, right? So that's it from this. Now we move on to the time management part. The time management is again very important part. Uh, Samir was a very lazy boy, always postponed the things. His father tried to make him understand the value of time. Samir promised his father that he would never postpone his task. One day he won the first prize in singing competition. He was asked to collect the prize on the same day. He didn't care and went to collect the prize the next day. But the prize was now useless for him as it was the ticket to a circus show for the previous day only. Right? So Samir didn't learn the importance of the time, right? So see, if you're not doing things in time, then you may lose the importance, right? Because इस केस में जैसे समीर ने नेक्स्ट डे चला गया वो अवार्ड लेने और उस अवार्ड का कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ, right? So this time management is the ability to plan and control how you spend your hours, the hours of your day well, and do all that you want to do, right? So planning as well as controlling how will you spend your time, right, throughout day, right? So this is called as time management. An example of good time management skill would be when you decide to finish your homework immediately after school. So you have to have time to watch TV later in the evening. So this is called as time management. Like if you want to see TV in the evening, then you have to finish up your work before some speculated time. You have to define a time for that, right? So this is all what time management is. Some more examples are there given. Examples and non-examples. Samira is always punctual in the school. She has a regular schedule that she follows every day. She plans for the study and play time in advance. Right? So she does the planning in advance. So this is a good time management skill. Nisha usually arrives late to the school and does not submit her assignment in time. Sometimes get carried away in certain activities. Carried away, she started doing some activity and she keep on doing it, and she forgets the main task in hand. So like some children usually do that, they keep on playing Once they start playing, they keep on playing. They don't understand the time, that the main things that like studies and all are, the time for the study and all are is left, right? So we should have a proper time schedule. So always do the things as per time, that as per the schedule that you've made. Like if you want to play, then you should have devoted certain time for playing. Like from 4 to 5 I want to play, then from 6 to 7 I want to do homework, like that. So time management is a very important task. Now it's a thinking skill, thinking, because we have to think in advance what to do and when to do, right? So that helps you to complete the time task on time. You can do your work on time. You can make a daily timetable, right? So that is again a very important part for you being a student. And you can make a good guess of at how long it will take you to do something. You can see, this is again very important thing, and this comes only when you have proper time management skills. So keep on managing your time. You can easily guess out, okay, how much time will you take to uh, complete one particular task, right? So ये गेसिंग का जो काम है वो अपने आप तभी होगा जब आप टाइम मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स अच्छी तरह सीख लोगे, right? You can submit your homework assignment before or on time. You do not waste time during the day. Time is not wasted. Fourth step for effective time management, um, tips for practicing the steps for effective time management is: avoid delay, avoid postponing. Don't postpone the things which are planned already. Organize your room also, organize your school desk when you sit there. There should be no disturbance zone when you are sitting and doing some work. And use waiting time productively, right? So you should have a to-do list. To-do list is what all things you have to do at what time. That the list has to be made. Prioritize the things. Prioritize करना मतलब जो important task है उसको आप पहले करो, जो less important task है that can be done at later end, right? So prioritization is very important. Arrange the things in priority, which the task which is more important should be done at right time, and task which is less important can be done at the later end. Then replace useless activities with some productive activities, right? Useless means which doesn't give you any profit, or which doesn't give you any knowledge or so, right? See, these are the four steps. Organize. So first thing is organize. You plan your activity, day-to-day activity. Make a timetable, right? Then keep your surroundings and study table clean, mess-free. We put things back where you belong. So this is again important, because when you pick up thing from one place and you keep on and leave it at some other place, so that will create a mess around you, right? So always have a proper technique that you pick up. You should have a proper place for everything. Your book should be there in a proper place. Your study material should be there at proper place, and whenever you are using them, use them and put it back at the same place where it is meant to be kept, right? So put the things back whenever they are when free after use. So this will help us to save time. Then you should have a to-do list. Make a to-do list, um, in which all the activities that you have to do in a day has to be there, and it should be rank them properly. Rank them means of importance should be given. Which is the first task that you need to do? It should become on the top. Second one this, third one this. The order should be there. Order of importance should be there, right? So the most important task can be done first, and then the tasks which are less important can be done at the end. Controlling, we have to control our activities and time. This we have just talked about earlier also. So time wasting can be avoided. Like if you are chatting with your friends on phone, or talking to somebody, or surfing some websites or gossip sites, right? And the focus on the important things is lost, right? So you should have control on every activity you are doing. If you're, let's say, you are talking to your friends or you are chatting with your friends, so you should have the time limit that you will talk to them or you will chat to them with in that particular time limit only, right? Then lastly, we should track everything, identify and note where we have spent our time, right? Identification and noting down of the things where we have done, right? So that you can later on analyze that how much time you have utilized and how much time you have wasted, right? So it helps us to analyze if we have used our time effectively or not, right? So we can identify the time wasting activities which are wastage, right? Like watching TV continuously for hours is total time wastage, right? So if you want to watch TV for fun, then you can watch it for some limited time. You should devote a time for that, right? It's not happen that you started watching TV and then throughout for many hours you continue doing it. So that is all sharing the wastage of time. So this is important that whenever you're planning certain things, whenever you're planning for proper time management, so tracking is more very important at the end. So at the end of the day, you should think over okay, whether you have wasted time or you have utilized the time properly, right? So these are some of the activities, yeah, the things that we should do while managing time and doing some activities at home. So that's it from this session. Now we'll talk about the next unit, that is information and communication technology skills. Although most of the things you might have covered up in your previous classes, so we'll just go through all the important points. In this unit we'll try to learn about word processing softwares. We'll try to learn about um, spreadsheets and the PowerPoint presentation softwares. First, we'll talk about word processors. Word processors are the softwares where we people type some text, right? And we can create a document by typing in text. Then you can make certain corrections at the later end, and then formatting the text. Formatting means arranging it in a proper manner so that it looks presentable, and finally printing it. So this is the use of a word processing software, right? What are the advantages? That if you want to add something later or remove something later, that can be done very easily. You can save the task for future use also, right? While making a resume or biodata, it is important not to make any spelling mistakes, right? So word processing softwares help us to check the spellings and grammar, right? And if you're writing a long report, then you have to need to work on it for several days, right? And for that you have to do the task every day, and you can save whatever report you're making, and then next day you can continue with the same saved part, right, from that part only. So saving is again important part, and later on at the end you can print the document once it is all done. And you can print multiple copies also. You can print it in a hard copy form through a printer, or you can create a soft copy of it, or you can create multiple copies of the document that you have created. Then in the meanwhile you can also do certain you can make your document attractive, eye catchy, by adding certain colors, certain text styles, certain text sizes, means formatting the text, right? So formatting can be done, so that help us to make our document more attractive, and user can easily read the important things written in your document. We can also make posters in word processors by inserting pictures. Then you can add tables, you can add shapes, you can add charts, etc. And you can put some list. You can create some bulleted list or some numbered list. Fine. So these are the advantages. Now we'll talk about different kind of softwares which are available for using right? So some examples are LibreOffice Writer, Google Docs, Word, Microsoft Word, OpenOffice Writer, and Notepad. So these are some of the word processing softwares where we can type a document, we can create a document, and then later on we can edit it, we can do the formatting, we can print them. So a lot of options are available, right? In this unit, we'll talk about LibreOffice. Um, Now, LibreOffice is the writer software which is available for Ubuntu uh, operating system. Ubuntu is just like in we have Windows 7, Windows 10. So Windows is proprietary kind of software that we people are generally using, right? Like in the school labs, we have Windows, right? So, but Ubuntu is another kind of operating system which is generally free and we can easily download it and use it, right? So this LibreOffice Writer is a software which is pre-installed in Ubuntu operating systems. Although we can install it in word processing softwares also, in your Windows softwares also, right? So simply click on how do we open it? Click on LibreOffice Writer icon in the launcher tab. This thing is regarding Ubuntu, and if you talk about uh, Windows, you just have to go to Start button, then click on All Programs, click on LibreOffice, and then click on LibreOffice Writer icon, right? Or sometimes we have created one um, icon on the desktop. From there, you can double click and open that particular software from there, right? And then you need just to start typing on the LibreOffice Writer, right? Now, this LibreOffice Writer has, whenever you create a new document, there's a icon called as new icon there. So just click on that icon, or you go to file and then click on new. So that will create a new document for you people. Or the third way is you press Control N. Control N is the keyboard shortcut to create a new document. And whenever you see a document, if you talk about different components of the document, on the top we have minimize, maximize, and close button. Then we have a menu bar where different menus are there, right? अगर हम वर्ड की बात करें तो वर्ड में टैब्स होते हैं. यहाँ पे लिब्रे ऑफिस में या ओपन ऑफिस में भी we have menus, different menu. Here's a menu bar. Just below that we have some toolbars. In the toolbars we have all sort of frequently used options that we can use in the word processing software. And we have one view tab here where we can change the view of the document that you're creating. And on the bottom we have the status bar where certain page numbers are shown or word count is shown, right? And on the right side we have zoom in, zoom out bar, with the help of which you can zoom in and zoom out the page, right? So that's the basic things about LibreOffice. So these are all the things: different views, minimize, maximize, close button, menu bar, toolbars, word count in the status bar, and then zoom in, zoom out bar, right? Status bar is at the bottom, and you can change the view. View means one page, multiple pages, like that. The zoom in, zoom out option is there, and then some other details like page number, word count or character count, or languages. We can do it, change it from here at the bottom, right? Menu bar contains different menus. Inside the menus we have different options for different, for formatting or changing or just managing the text written on the document. Right, the first one is file. Click on file. Then we have other options like new, that we were talking about, to how to create a new document. Click on new to create a new document. Then we have open option to open already created saved files, right? Open remote option is there, where from where you can open up the document lying at different servers computers which are connected to your computer, right? Recent documents में जो जो documents आपने recently open किए हैं, the list will be there. Close button is to close the current document that you're working with. Save and save as option are there to save your file, right? Print option is there to print your files, right? So then we have edit menu in which you can just the commands which are used for editing a document. Editing is doing some changes in the document, like undo option is there, cut, copy, paste is there, find in the place is there, right? Then view tab is there where we can change the display of the document, right? Display is how the document will appear on the screen, right? Like there's a web layout where the document will appear as full screen, but certain options, the formatting options and the toolbar and the title bar will appear with that, right? उसमें आपको ruler नहीं दिखेगा, right? Then we have normal layout is there, then status bar you can view and remove. Ruler you want to remove or you want to show. Ruler क्या होता है कि जो text जो भी document है उसके ऊपर एक ruler है which shows the dimensions of the page, and rulers are horizontal and vertical both, right? Then we have insert tab from where we can insert different things like images, shapes, charts, header, footer, page number, etc. Format tab is used to change the look of the text on the document. Like you want to make text bold or line spacing, you want to do alignment of the text, you want to do, that can be done. Styles tab is used to set the common styles of the document. It has some list of styles which you can select. और styles मतलब जो format है document का, कुछ पहले से बने हुए specified styles available हैं. You just have to choose them and apply, right? Then table tab is to insert a table or delete a table. Form tab is used to insert controls like your buttons, options, list box, text box, checkbox, etc. As we have done in NetBeans software, so we can create certain forms in the document also. Then we have a tools tab where certain um options or functions like spell checking, mail merge, macros, such kind of things are there. Windows tab is there where you can change the uh, switch to any kind of window, right? And you can open up a new window, you can close the existing one with the help of this tab. Then lastly, we have help tab in which there are certain online help links available or built-in help available. Built-in is there are certain help documents available. If you are stuck up somewhere, so you can just refer those built-in help options और वहाँ से आप देख सकते हो कि आपने जो कुछ भी आप कर रहे हो जिसमें आपको प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, you can just see, read out what are the things available, how you're going to do that, right? Or if you don't find it there, you can go with online help also, so that will lead you to the LibreOffice site, and from there you can search about whatever doubts you have, right? Toolbars, as you see here, these are some of the toolbars. One is a standard toolbar, one is the formatting toolbar. Standard toolbars में आपके जो normal options हैं जो आपके file edit menu में मिलते हैं, वो that are there. Formatting toolbar में all formatting options are there, like changing the writing style, changing the size, making bold, italics, underline or strike through. तो ये icons हैं, you just have to select those icons and then things can be applied. Another way to perform a function is use context menu. Context menu, as you show here in the figure, this context menu is when you right click on some text that you have entered, you'll find certain or more options there, right? Like cut, copy, paste options, paste special option, character. कैरेक्टर में कैरेक्टर से रिलेटेड सारे सेटिंग्स होती हैं, पैराग्राफ में पैराग्राफ से रिलेटेड सेटिंग्स होती हैं, right? Bullets numberings you can apply, styles you can apply, right? Synonyms, antonyms can be checked out, right? Pages you can add up, right? Now we have different ways to perform a function. Like there are four ways to make a text bold. Right? It's not only one way. Like go to format, select the text, and it'll find a drop down list and then select bold from there. Or what you can do is select the bold icon in the formatting toolbar, or right click and select character. In the character dialog box, there is an option for bold, or fourth one is control B from the keyboard. So there are four different ways of doing only one thing. So likewise, there are different options, and we have various ways of performing that function, right? So not for bold only; it is there for almost every function that we have there, right? So that's the basic things related to first two sessions of this particular chapter. I think the time is running up, so we'll end up now, right? So go through all the things, practice them, go through the features. LibreOffice is freely available. You can download from the LibreOffice site. I'll share you the links also, right? So that's it from my side today.